Hello folks, welcome once again to the channel. In this video we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at a fish finder. I'm going to try to answer some of the questions that I had when I was looking for it and once I got it. And the questions weren't really easy to find, so please stay tuned. Martincito, please. So after a lot of looking to see what was the best option in between all the major brands, you know, Garmin, Simrad, Humminbird, and Lawrence, and all these other brands, I found that the best fit for me was the Simrad, not only because screen size and
a big fish
and different options and different features that I wanted. Also, the price was a big factor on it. With that being said, I ended up purchasing the Simrad GO9 XSE. I picked this one because for the amount of money I spent, I got a 9-inch screen. Everything is touch. So after a lot of researching and finding out what is it exactly that I wanted to do with it, again, I'm not an expert angler and I'm not like a super professional fisherman, to say the least. I opted for the Simrad GO9 XSE for you get a lot of bang for your buck. It's touchscreen, it's a 9-inch screen. It has a lot of features. You don't have to buy everything at once. You can go little by little, piecemeal it together. Let's check out what comes in the box. And there was a lot of questions that I had when I first bought this thing, and I went online and on YouTube, and I went to different places, and I couldn't get the answers that I needed. Of course, you know, you get all your standard BS, which I'm not going to go into. I'm just going to go through the most important, or at least what I believe to be the most important things for newbies when it comes to this sort of thing. First, there's the cable, and on this one you have your positive and negative power represented by black and white, black and red. Then you got your transducer, which I'm not going to go into a lot of details on that. Then, you know, with the Simrad, inclusive in the price is your CMAT. Not all chart plotters come with it. That's why I picked one. I picked this one because Garmin does come with a type of mapping, but it's not all that great. And additional charts are like really expensive. This unit is also compatible with Navionics and all that other stuff, which I don't really understand, but you know, extra hardware, screws and such. You got your mount, it's a regular standard mount, dashboard mount. So what I really wanted to get into is the head unit itself. And I'm going to try to explain some of this stuff to you. So on this unit, you get two SD slots, two micro SD slots. You get your radar, NMEA connector, your power connector, and then you get your sonar, which is other words, your transducer. The information that I was looking for to try to figure out, and I couldn't find that much, was the NME 2000, which is, in other words, a bus connection, aka it's technically a USB connector. There's an assortment of things you can do with this connection. You can control your well pumps, you can connect a camera, you can connect different things, and everything is touch, so you can actually control everything from this unit. Another thing that I wish I would have known, and I didn't know, this is your GPS antenna, built-in GPS antenna. If you're to mount this in your dash and you have a lot of obstruction in this section right here, I'm sure it's going to cause interference with this with the GPS antenna. So, you know, be aware that, you know, a thin layer of plastic or maybe glass will be fine. But if you're going to have a lot of things in between, then it's probably going to be a best bet for you to get a separate GPS antenna on the side which also you'll have a connection here for it. Then you got your sun cover for the screen, which is pretty cool. I like that. And then here's your screen. It's pretty large and in charge. Everything is touch. It's pretty awesome. Mounted on the dash, this piece right here, it comes out. You put in your screws and then you put it back on to cover them, and it looks nice and pretty for, you know, your enjoyment, I guess. Again, this, and one thing I didn't know, all these materials are all eco-friendly. So there's a lot of paper. These bags, you know, as soon as they come in contact with water, they will dissolve, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, on the next video that I'll be posting, there's gonna be the installation video. I just wanted to put out that information about that connector and about this connector that goes in the back that provides I'm not really sure with these two cables. I think they're RX-TX communication cables, but I'm not 100% sure. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell in case you want to see other videos we're posting about this sort of thing or other things like our trips and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of all the other videos we'll be posting, including the one for the installation, which I'm probably going to show how to make, it's called Dutch connectors. I don't know if you're familiar. If not, then we both learned something new. And we're going to be filling a lot of pockets of ignorance along the way when it comes to installing this stuff. I've installed one before, but it's never been this complex of an installation, so that'll be interesting to do. So stay tuned and, you know, watch the other videos. It helps a lot. Peace.